Good morning, everybody. I've got a great recipe for you. It only takes about 5 minutes to put together, and you can do it while you're working. Get it ready the night before or the morning before you go to work, and then put it in the crock pot, and then when you get home, it's ready to go. So today's recipe is spaghetti and meatballs. So I'm going to show you how to make the homemade meatballs to put in the crock pot. And then that'll cook all day, and then at the end of the day you just need to make your pasta and put the sauce and the meatballs over it and you're ready to go. So come over this way. First of all, because we're a family of 5, I usually get about 1.5 pounds of beef, and I put that in a bowl. And then I just discovered maybe a month ago how to make my own spices to go with the meatballs. I usually used to get these little meatball packets at Kroger and put that in, but then one day I was out of it, so I just came up with my own little recipe, and everybody seemed to like it better than the packets from Kroger. So now I make my own spices to go with the meatballs. So I've got 1.5 pounds of the meatballs, and then I have 3/4 of a cup of water. My mom always says the water has to be hot, but I'm too lazy to make it hot. It's just regular temperature, room temperature. So I'm gonna put that in. And then I've got 1.5 eggs. So I split 1 egg and have a whole egg, and I'm gonna kind of mix that. And then I'm gonna pour that in. All right, and then for the basil, oops, I got some egg on there. For the basil, I put about 1.5 tablespoons of basil in there. More. Call it good. All right, and for garlic salt, I love garlic salt. And look at this nice container. I like it because you can take the top off, and look, it has these cool little circles so you can sprinkle it on things, but I'm just going to take it off because I'm not sprinkling. And so I need about 3 teaspoons of garlic salt. So I'll do about 3 teaspoons.
It smells like garlic.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so I got that in there. And then I'm going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. So get that out, 1.5 teaspoons, put that in. Good enough. And then I have pepper. It's about a little bit more than 1/2 teaspoon, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. I'm just going to put some in like that. Which we're out of pepper. We have to remind Dad to get some pepper at the grocery store next time he goes. So then what I do is I mix it all together. I might have to use my hands because it's
goopy.
Yeah. Let me just start with this, and then I'll use my hands.
Did you wash your hands?
Oh, let me wash my hands just in case. Okay, I have to. Don't show me washing my hands because my sink's really messy.
That's okay, I will.
I'll wash my hands just in case I forgot to wash it originally.
Our sink is really dirty.
Yeah, it has got a lot of dishes in there to clean up.
You can just look at this beautiful meat packet thing.
All right, let me scoop that off. Put that in there for now. Oh, what I wanted to say too, before I put that in there, for my sauce, my mom makes her own sauce because she's awesome, but I don't because I don't have enough time in life. So I get the Classico kind, whatever kind you like best. Kroger used to have the best Classico. It was called like traditional basil, and you can get it at Publix still. So if I go to Publix, then I stock up on it, but I haven't been to Publix in a while. I've only been to Kroger, so I just get whatever kind of sauce. Here's a tomato and basil. It's really mild. It's all right. And then this traditional kind, it's all right. So I put in, just to get a layer in my crock pot, I put a kind of a layer down. Can you see that, Amelia? Yeah. So that it's kind of has a layer. It's almost a full amount, but I left a little bit in there. And then I'm going to start making the meatballs. So I'm going to squish them all up. Ah! That almost flipped out.
Fun
look.
Cooking with Megan Donald.
Yep, so look. Oh, it's just gorgeous and gooey. So we mix that all together so it mixes really nicely. The egg, I guess, helps hold the meat together when you make the meatballs. So we'll keep mixing that really well. And it's really, really cold, so my hands are really cold. right, so look at that. You can see all the spices in it. Hopefully everybody will like it. All right, and then we start taking our meatballs, and it takes a while, but you really have to work at it until you make a nice shaped meatball. Mine are bigger than my mom. She likes to make them a lot smaller. I like to make them a little bigger, but it's like a handful of a meatball. And then I just start placing them on top. Now my mom used to tell me that I needed to put them on the stove top to kind of cook and brown them for a little bit. But I decided once when I didn't have enough time to do that, I was just going to do it like this and plop them in. And then guess what? It worked. It still tasted the same. And my mom said too, like, that's fine. You can do that, which I didn't know for 25 years. And I cooked them for 25 years, which takes a lot of extra time. So it's just the way it goes sometimes. But now I know. And now I just make my little meatballs and I throw them in, which makes my life a whole lot easier than cooking them on the stovetop. Plus, it would get like grease everywhere. You would have to put oil in the pans and then move them around, and then the meatballs would drop in the pans and break in half, and it was a little on the frustrating side. Here, let me take that out.
Looks
I
beautiful.
gotta find a place to put those. Hold on.
Alright, I'll just get a good close-up shot.
Here, I'll just put it over here. Alright. How many do I have done, Amelia?
3.
3. So they're nice size. We usually have leftovers with a family of 5. We have leftovers. This is Liam's favorite.
Hey, my favorite.
Oh, it's your favorite too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's Amelia's and Liam's favorite recipe for dinner. And then I like to go get either the garlic Texas toast, which my sister Margot told me all about, and I finally tried that and it was really good. Or I get garlic bread, frozen garlic bread in the frozen section made by, do you remember who makes it?
Pepperidge Farm?
Oh, Amelia. How'd you know that?
Because I like bread.
Oh, okay. Anyways, it's Pepperidge Farm. It's in a white and mainly white and a little bit of a green package in the frozen section, and that's really good garlic bread to go with it. And then for some reason, Liam, I don't know if Amelia likes this as much, Liam loves to put peas on top of the spaghetti and meatballs, and so it's all mixed together. So for him at the end, I will I'll get out some frozen peas, defrost them, and then put them on the top of his, and everybody else, I guess, gets it on the side. Maddie's not really a pea person. Are you a pea person, Amelia?
No.
Yeah,
I
Maddie
mean, I
doesn't
think
like,
it's okay. I like it in stew.
You like it
Probably
in
not
stew?
in.
but not this so much.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, that is the designated vegetable for the Donnellys to go with the spaghetti and meatballs, so that's what we make with it. Anyways, this is super nice to make because when I come home from working at my school, you can smell it when you come in and you're like, oh, dinner's already ready. When it's a beautiful thing when your dinner's already ready. The bad thing that happens sometimes, because my husband usually leaves for work after I do, and when I tell him don't forget to plug in the Crockpot, every now and then he forgets to plug it in, and so then I come home and I'm like, where's the smell? Where's the smell? There's no smell, and then I see, oh look, it's the spaghetti and meatballs just sitting there with not cooking or doing anything. This is a big meatball, this last one.
You could split it into
Maybe I should put it into two little
probably.
ones.
2 little ones.
Anyway, so I come home and then you don't smell it, and then it's depressing, and then I'm just irritated, so then we just get takeout. Because I'm not in the mood to make a second meal when I've already made one the night before to get ready. All right, and then we've got
come
one
on,
last
Dad.
one.
We're ridiculing him on every
Sorry, he's usually really good. The
Yeah, we
Birdman,
love him. He's great.
he's awesome.
He's working right now.
He is working. Okay, so, ooh, look in there, Amelia. Check out all the meatballs.
Oh,
I'm just
my
gonna
hand
sign
got in the way.
this real
Okay.
quick.
Look at
How
that.
nice those look in there.
Nice
Those
as
look
well.
great.
12 meatballs.
All right. So then what I do is I cover up.
Ah, you got the grease on my
Oh, it's not. It's water. It's water.
Well, it's water grease.
Okay. So anyway, then I put the rest of this in, and then I get my other container, my other
It's
jar.
like a layered cake.
Yeah, and I layer that right on top. La la la. Get that on top. All right. Good enough.
I like it when you say that.
All right, and so then I cover it. my last crock pot, you had to be really careful. You had to like slam the cover on the top and make sure it's stuck in there, or
steam out.
that the steam would come out, and then the meatballs tasted kind of weird. Anyway, so then I take my crock pot. Can you see this, Amelia?
Yeah.
And I put it on medium. And then don't forget to plug it in.
Medium.
We put it on medium to get away the plastic from the hot thing. Anyway, so we put it on medium, and then it cooks. You can come back to me now.
Okay. You look very beautiful.
Thank you. It cooks for 6 to 7 hours, depending. If it's going to go a little bit longer, you're not ready to eat yet, then you just turn it down to low so it just stays a little bit warm. But there you have it. That's it. It's like a 10-minute or less recipe. Super easy. Ready to go when you come home. Anyways, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you make it. And I see you next time for the next Megan's Mean Meals coming up. So have a good day. Bye.